Well, guys, we have quite a show tonight for y'all. Of course, we're talking about The Hobbit because that's what won the poll by a lot. Guys wanted to watch the Hobbit trilogy, so we're going to watch the Hobbit trilogy. Of course, so tonight we watched the first one. That's what we're going to talk about. We were going to have a guest tonight, but there has been some controversy.
Tremendous controversy.
Mm-hmm. Tremendous.
Von Goonman, or Gay Man, whatever you want to call him, his comic that, once we looked into it, we did a little bit due diligence. We looked at to see what it was about. There's some things we need to talk about with that, and we're going to get into that later. Yeah, it's not what the show's about. I'll say that, right? So, besides that, it's been one hell of a week. It's been freaking cold. AC's almost died.
AC's out here killing farm animals to survive and feed his family.
He's at negative 40 degrees, and he's got one thing of plastic to shield them from the wind.
He's like freaking Han Solo. It's like looking at his dogs like, I don't want to do it, but I will do it.
Oh, yeah. The thought crossed my mind. It's all right.
I need your body warmth.
Well,
you look over, it's like, I love you, but I love my family.
Love the warmth, yes.
AC, how's it been? How's it going? What's going on, man?
Oh, it's been going good. Been hard at it. I don't have a dead fire detector, if I recall.
You know what they say, working hard or hard at work. Wait.
Yeah. But yeah, just finished up this week's new comic. I'm excited to fire those out each week. Released a new song, Despair, on the Empty My Lungs YouTube. Go check that out.
Inspired by his time in negative 40-degrey weather. Yes.
Back in Nam, yeah.
French
it's
up there.
Perfect timing.
It's just a live recording of him
So I didn't even intend this, but I released it on Inauguration Day and the coldest day ever. Negative 40. It's negative 40 out and Inauguration Day, and I released Despair.
Guys, yeah, all right. You're really gonna want to stay till the end of this because we got some surprises for you. Just stick on.
We got some stuff coming down that pipe, boy. Mm-hmm.
That's great, man. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Anyway, aside from that, just been editing and getting ready for my second push in my campaign. But yeah, Evely.
Hi.
Evely, how's it been?
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Hi, guys. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing good. I'm working on. I got some music in the works. Just putting some time into that. Various projects. There's some finished things too that aren't released yet. So that'll be cool once those get out, and then other things going on behind the scenes. Yes.
Finished things?
Oh,
cool.
They do have some Finnish influence, you might say. So it's got a little bit of that vibe in there. So yeah,
I may know who it's for.
No, do you really? He said he wouldn't tell.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh. Why'd you find the glasses when you said it? I might know who it is.
Yeah, good timing.
Man, what power? What magical Rensu power do the glasses have?
Oh, these? I think they make someone gay. I don't really know.
I won't be surprised if they though they are questionable in terms of a fashion choice, they might protect your eyes from this.
It's like before you're like this talking with buddies, and you put them on, and you're like, oh my god, yes. Anyway,
what if you put them on and then your friends also had a pair, and it was like they were just waiting for somebody else to break theirs out, and then everybody starts putting them on.
We all have a pair in our pocket at all times.
Yeah,
obviously.
Where are mine at?
Oh yes.
All right. Well,
welcome. Welcome, chat. Thanks for coming in, fellas.
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sure.
How
you been? How you doing?
Dude, I've been killer. I've been doing nothing creatively, but my life has been really, really good.
Just
unrelated.
That's good.
Yeah, dude. No, life is. Oh yeah, I was on a roof today, and the roof actively froze while I was up there. All the water on it. It's not what you want. It's not what you want when you're already up there.
Well, since it snowed again, it's like, dude, my septic's fucked up in my house. I got snowed in again, and it's like my car with all-wheel drive. Fucking Von Gaiman took it out, so I don't have my car that can drive through the freaking snow.
Just his moped. That's all that's left.
So it's been killing me.
and his apocalypse unicycle.
Anyways, but yeah, so I mean, on this channel, guys, we very quickly passed 300 subs. We are growing fast. I also want to remind people, if somebody else can drop the link, freaking subscribe to our Substack because we got.
Do it, guys.
Going
Come
on there.
on.
We got a flash fiction every week and a flash comic. It's probably the best thing you can subscribe to on Substack if you haven't done anything on Substack.
Honestly. Also, Gib Zero says, just got done reading Tale of the Dunce Whisperer. Terrible book. I hated every second of it. Maybe not quite. No, he says he liked it.
I believe that just confirmed you're the Order of the Truth Watcher. I'm sorry, Kahuna.
Sir, this is the order of progress. That's how we see the truth.
You're not in the order. You are the order. No,
where do you think I got where do you think I got these glasses, dude? Yeah.
Well, guys, and also thing to mention with Substack, it's like you don't have to go on the site or anything like that.
You also don't have to be a sub. It's just part of the name.
Exactly. It's basically like it builds like an email list for us alternatively. So you'll just get the email and you can view the newsletter from the email.
I thought you said emo. I was really confused.
Okay, sorry, my bad. But yeah, no, we're keeping you up to date on the show. We're keeping you up to date with some indie projects. Like we just, Herman P. Hunters, which he's in the chat. His book just got announced. We threw that on the newsletter as well. And our guests. So we're trying to do more with it, and we're trying to build and try to do more with the show. Give you guys a lot more for bang for your buck, even though nobody's paying us. So, but like whatever.
like a less pretty woman of the night. More bang for your buck.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry for that one. I'm sorry.
I am going to say hi to the chat because don't forget, y'all are important. We have King Bob. King Bob! What's up,
King Bob?
Billy Armstrong, throwing in that where is it? Where is that?
Elon in the chat? What's going on here?
No, I can't find it. This isn't good. There it is.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be
entirely
the
too
song.
long.
That was Bill. Those are recording.
Joe.
Oh wait.
He bashes in the chat.
Just for you, Bill.
Just for you, Bill. I'll remember to keep that on cue next time, so I don't have to find it.
We got
Tim
Herman.
McKay!
We got Ann Pinkava.
Wait, hold up. I can highlight the comments. Just wait for me.
I'm not
Tim
waiting.
McKay.
You're taking too long.
I don't care. It's about the chatters. So we're taking time for the chatters.
The chatters.
I'm in class early and managed to make it back in time for this. Welcome
Hell
to the show.
yeah, Tim. Hell yeah, dude.
Girl.
Yeah.
I mean, he can barely read
a bunch
it.
of you guys. Brian McCoppin, splash in the shower. As always. Shower cast.
I would join you.
Soon.
I would join you in the shower, my friend. But alas, I have the show to run. So
He always pushes for that every week. He's like, guys, this week shower stream. This is the one.
we do have to do it. There's this person. Still don't know who this is. Weird person that just pops up. We have Ann. What's up, Ann? What's up?
Yeah, she changed her name on our Discord recently and was trying to figure out who the hell.
Is it Sprinkle?
Sprinkle.
Right.
I think Sprinkle. Yeah.
I'm close. I know I'm ballpark.
Take me to real.
Lord Forge. All right, we're not going to be able to. And of course, as mentioned before, Gibbs Zero, which I think you might have the biggest penis ever. I think there is evidence right here. He just got done reading Tale of the Dunce Whisperer, and of course, he had a fun time. Yes.
What did that have? What was he using it to like flip the pages? It's like
member.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Gibbs here. I don't think we've seen you on the last show, but thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All right. I think that covers everyone. Did I miss anyone?
No, I think that's it.
That's it. Okay, cool. Because we got to talk about like something that nobody's really talking about. They're talking about GOONERGATE. They're talking about Tolkien, but nobody's talking about the fact that The Hobbit is the OG GOONERGATE. And we're going to break that down because we have some compelling evidence.
John?
And I know you're being like, oh, you're just being funny. Like, no, it's there. Like, open your fucking eyes, stop being stupid, and
elves have never been so hot. What?
All right. Give us the rundown, Emily.
I was going to say, it really...
Did you say rub down?
Yeah, this is pulled straight from IMDb too, which this is, I mean, really telling in terms of what you were saying. So, Bilbo Baggins is thrust into a hard quest to reclaim the lost dwarf kingdom of
Thrust?
Erebor. Yeah, he's thrust. It's what it says. This is straight from IMDb.
First thing.
Thrust
From the fearsome yet seductive dragon Smaug.
Schmaug.
Approached out of the blue by the wizard Gandalf the Grey and his very long staff, Bilbo finds himself joining a company of 13 dwarves, led by the legendary warrior Throbbin Oakenshield. Their journey will take them into the wet and wild, through treacherous lands swarming with goblins and orcs, sweaty wargs, massive spiders, and a filthy brown wizard. They must enter goblin tunnels and deal with a sneaky little dude named Gollum. You're killing me. Bilbo Baggins takes Gollum's precious. On this quest, he's going to find out that they're going to change Middle-earth forever. Starring Martin Friedman, Ian McKellen, Richard Armitage, and some other folks. Budget, $180 million, and it made over $1 billion. I did not know that. That's a lot of money. Gentlemen, that's the rubdown.
Wow, that sounds
after
very-
pushing through those goblin holes and anyway,
They were
I
tunnels.
mean, just off that description, I mean, Jared
Can you believe
Token?
that?
Secret
wrote
Gooner?
Unbelievable.
I can't believe nobody else is talking about this. This is insane. Insane. And we're the first ones to break it to you guys because we promise you authenticity, and that's what we're going to be delivering every week. And if it's about revealing some dark things about some of our favorite people like J.R. Token, we just got to be real. We got to be real, and we got to be like on top of this.
a tremendous
Not in a gay way,
Gooner.
though.
What else do you
Not
think
in a
they
gay
would
way.
do in the trenches of World War One?
Sorry. What? So the Hobbit. No, but on a real note, with some Gooner stuff, like the fuck were they doing with the dwarves in this movie, man?
What do you
What do you
mean?
mean?
They were great, dude.
No, like three of them, like even Oakenshield, like they were not looking like dwarves. They were definitely like, how can we try to make these dwarves but thirsty?
Can we make them hot? We will
Dude,
try.
like one of the dwarves doesn't even have a fucking beard. He has scruff. He has
Oh, yeah.
scruff.
That
He
dude,
does,
yeah,
he
he looks
does.
like a power metal guitarist. I don't know who
and
that guy is.
and it's the one that the elf chick Tariel falls in love with. So
Kate, yeah.
Yeah.
Freckles
Yep.
does. Spoilers, but yeah, we'll get to that next week. I guess,
We'll
right?
get to that. Yeah. No, I am being serious about that. That was an intentional decision. Like Thorin Oakenshield shouldn't have that like petty like dude. The facial hair is like lacking for a dwarf for all of them. You know?
for Thorin, are you joking?
No.
No. Strong disagree.
Oh, pull up a picture.
Hold on.
I thought his beard was fine.
Yeah,
it
no.
wasn't as
th-
intense
now,
on, like,
now,
guys,
now,
Brad
the-
or-
there was one dwarf where, yeah, it was definitely lacking. But even his brother, his twin, like his brother, and then Thorin, yeah, they were fine.
yeah. It was
Yeah, pull
just
up
the one.
pictures of them, but please.
It was just Killy or Kiri. It was that one dude that was
Yeah,
he
No,
looked
one.
out of place. It was like,
one
how this guy
dwarf-
get in this band? He's not one of them.
All right.
The milkman was an elf. Clearly, that's how he got there.
Hell, did I just hear?
Okay, so how did this movie open up? Like they tried to do kind of like a. Oh, you're sharing your screen. Okay, I mean, yeah,
He
dude.
has, yeah, that's a beard, dude, and his
Those
hair.
eyebrows.
Yeah, it's
is
a
part
beard, but
of his
not for a
beard, too.
dwarf. That's like, come on, that's
You
pathetic.
can't
He's
even
like
grow a
king.
beard. You're not allowed to talk about it.
Come on,
You
come
know I
on.
have a hormone disorder.
Chat. Do you agree with me that this was an intentional decision that they made his beard smaller?
No, you're
Come
wrong, dude.
on, dude.
He's all-
When
I'm
you
gonna
think
side with
dwarves, you
that.
think
I side with
big
that.
beard.
Also, all the dwarves who had lesser beards were also the younger ones. Thorin is one of the youngest in the party, and then his
They're
two cousins.
still
who
like
are also
older
younger.
than the average human. Do you think they grow beards at like a micro speed level? Like,
You know, I'm
what?
hearing a lot. I'm hearing a lot of beard judgment from a guy without a beard. That's all I'm saying. This is gonna be.
You know what?
Is this gonna be Beardgate? Is this what we're?
Look,
getting
one of the
into?
biggest things that we cared about with Lord of the Rings, we talked about with such passion, was the attention to detail.
Oh, I
And
think
that's
it was
why I
beard
care,
beard.
Bob. I care for
Oh.
the attention to detail.
Anyway,
Thank
the beardless wonder. Let's.
All right, so it opened up. They tried to do like a big epic like opening that they did in Lord of the Rings, and it didn't work for me.
It's an entirely different kind of story. In the books, especially, it's very clear. It's a very different kind of story. It's very whimsical and meandering and like fun. It like to use Justin's word, fun.
It's straight up goon, 100%. Whoever this is, 100% right.
Yeah, I feel like it was encapsulated the entire vibe of the movie in that opening scene, where it was like it's kind of fun-ish, but something just never quite lands. It's not bad.
It dragged
but
a
it's
little
just
bit.
like
It felt like they were trying to do the sequel thing that they do, where they're like repeat what we did last time. But it just didn't work though.
Sorry, just reading your wife's
It did,
comments.
but it kind of didn't. I don't know. It didn't totally not work, but it definitely didn't. Also, it was like a 7. It was like, man,
It should. I think it should have been a 2-movie thing instead of a 3.
Well, okay. I mean, we can get into that, but like that's the obvious thing that everybody says. It's just like, I mean, they could have done this in 1 movie, fine, and then like 2 movies probably would work the best, honestly. And then everybody's like 3 movies, bro. You're stretching that, man.
3 3-hour movies, dude. It was a lot. It was a lot.
And they put a lot of The Hobbit in this movie, in the first one. So it's just like
they started kind of making stuff up at some point.
Did you guys watch all 3? Were we supposed to watch all 3?
No, I just remember all 3.
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, I only watched 1 here, fellas.
Yeah.
Also, well, can we talk? Like, do we have a favorite out of all 3? For me,
I'm gonna have to decide after we rewatch.
Yeah, because I lean towards the 3rd one immediately, but I need to rewatch
Whoa,
them again.
really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, sure. Yes.
I can understand that, even though
Dragon
I almost
action, like,
disagree
right
with
off
it. But
right out the gate, and then you got that big battle.
I feel like the second one has the best combination of
let's
things.
not talk about the sequels. Let's talk about.
We're not talking about.
We're going to talk about the sequel next week, and then the other sequel the week after. So we got that. After the opening, which I think kind of stumbled, like especially like you also got to keep in mind, right? Like when you're trying to take away and you're trying to watch with open eyes that like, okay, we're not watching the greatest, like one of the most popular books of all time being done in live action.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, it's all right as an opener. But when you take into account that it's like The Hobbit was kind of more popular than Lord of the Rings before the movies came out. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, I was a kid before the movies came out, and I remember watching the OG cartoons, animated stuff on Laserdisc at my grandparents' house.
The greatest adventure.
And The Hobbit animated was way better than the Lord of the Rings trilogy animated.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that's
It was-
hard to
I like how
constantly
every
on
time
Cartoon
someone
Network.
died. I liked how whenever someone died in the cartoon, like everybody just had an acid trip, and that represented death.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, change colors and spin.
Yeah. The Hobbit
That's
too was
interesting.
to your point. It was assigned reading in 8th grade whenever I was in school.
Interesting.
Whereas Lord of the Rings, I don't believe was.
No, I guess we mentioned this here, but like this is an overall book thing. It's just like, reading the book like years after, watching all this stuff, even after the Hobbit movies. I'm like, just didn't really enjoy the Hobbit book as much. I mean, it's targeted for kids, and it's a lot different than Lord of the Rings. But
I have a controversial opinion here,
what's that?
directly tied to this. If I'm going to pick up one of the 2 things to read, I'm going to read The Hobbit way sooner than I'm going to read Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, it's a
It's
way less
a
of an
it's a
investment.
little book. I enjoy it. It's
Mhm.
easy for me to read and enjoy and have nostalgia, and like Lord of the Rings, like Lord of the Rings I think is a little there's a lot of fluff, especially that like Fellowship of the Ring. Like it takes a minute for that book to get going. Sorry
Yeah,
guys.
them fellas are in the.
Well, that's
They're in the
true
Shire
to
for a
that
long time.
to Fellowship, but after that, it's peak. Like nothing hits in the Hobbit books like it does hit in the Lord of the Rings books. Like nothing.
Wow. All right, here we go.
Well, nothing does. I mean, like seriously, and the Ring was like, I mean, because this was like pre thoughts of the Silmarillion, pre a lot of things, and it's just like that's why, like when he did the One Ring in the Hobbit, it was never intended to be a Lord of the Rings franchise or anything like that.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, it was just a magic ring.
Yeah, but a lot of the things, it's like a lot of when it's written in the book, it's like you have a scene happen and Bilbo does some crazy stuff, and then like they talk with the dwarves and like, wow, that was crazy. What happened? He's like, and then he lies, and they do that like over and over and over again. And it's like. Okay,
Also, is it just me or the elves seem kind of gay in The Hobbit? Like they're more like the fairy tale, like, ooh, we like to sing and dance and
yeah, they were represented in a weird way. They weren't like cool and
they
like,
weren't cool and
killed.
old and
They were-
ancient seeming. They were like, we're fairies in the forest.
Well, it's also a lot of things stuffed in a short period of time. GOONERGATE. Like the bear, like I don't know, you go from the trolls, the elves, the bear guy, the goblins, like it all happens very quickly, and you're kind of like getting, your neck twisted. But no, yeah. All right, so it's back to the movies, I guess. Yeah, back to the movie.
Back to the movie. I think this, of all the 3 parts of the Hobbit movies, this one adapts more of the story most faithfully.
Oh, absolutely.
Than any of the others by a pretty long shot. I think Anne might have mentioned that earlier as well, but yeah. No, like the riddles in the dark scene, perfect. I wouldn't change a single lick of that scene. It's a perfect adaptation of the scene from the book.
Here's the what?
What?
That's pretty good. That's really good.
The fish says was not sensual, but drinking pool is not sun cool.
Wow, you remembered all that.
That's really impressive. I'm a little shocked, honestly.
Who says me?
Evely's secret gooner? It's very obvious that Gollum is gooner gone wrong.
Yeah, that's what happens if you goon too hard. You turn into Gollum.
He's in a goon cave. He's gooning to his ring. Was the ring?
Going even at the beginning.
Yeah, go ahead.
With the dining table scene, talking about goon stuff going on. Whenever they're sitting down, and one line is, "Have a feel of me tubers."
That is a line, yeah.
And then they're drinking the wine, and he's like, "Oh, it has a fruity bouquet." And he stares at Gandalf deeply.
How do we feel about that scene? Because that scene,
I'll give him a taste of Dwarvishire and right up his Jackson. Pure gooner,
total
baby.
gooner.
Really suggestive.
Yeah. How do we feel about that scene overall at the dinner table? Yeah, that's probably, I think, honestly, the best scene in the movie.
No,
I
Riddles
also
in the
kind of
Dark.
feel like trying really hard. What?
I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's like the guys showing up because you're getting introduced to all the characters. I think it's a fun way to introduce a lot of different characters and the chaos. And I think Martin Friedman was a really good cast as Bilbo.
I think the whole cast.
The casting in this was the best part.
Yeah.
The casting almost never missed.
Watching him react to just everything that's so opposite of what he's used to was pretty enjoyable. Although I will say Gandalf in this, whenever he shows up, I'm like, damn, Gandalf's getting old.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
It wouldn't have been such a problem.
Up the stairs going into Air Force One. I'm just like, geez.
Yeah, the actor had
Poor
cancer.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
did
it
I did not know that.
It was tough. It was tough filming for him for sure.
Oof! I didn't know that. That explains it.
Yeah, but no, like that scene where they all coming in and they're singing and eating and like distressing Bilbo. It's the most tonal. It's tonally the most like the book the movies ever get at any point, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know how I am. Like they need more songs in these movies, just in general. I mean, The Hobbit. These movies did have more, so there was that. I don't know. It felt like a little bit try hard in some of the scenes. I don't know if that describes exactly how I was feeling about that, but it's kind of how I felt about it. And the age of Gandalf in this, it's really noticeable because it's like comparing it to Lord of the Rings. He's what, like 10 years older, something like that?
Yeah,
no,
this movie
older.
was 2012, so it was like 12ish years.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
So it's just like, you take that. Well, you gotta think they recorded it like before all those movies before.
They didn't film it; they recorded it.
filming, recording, whatever. Same thing. So they filmed it all like, with the release of the first movie.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, yeah, he's a lot younger.
Oh, so wait,
lot
they recorded it earlier, Joe? Is that what you're saying?
So each week we
Right,
watch a
yeah.
recording. We don't watch a movie or film. We watch a
Right.
recording.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
and
can-
agrees
I know
with
what you
me.
mean. Now,
Can
what
you
I will say,
rewind the recording? There.
the tone of the movie,
Absolutely.
it's
Yes.
not the try hard aspect of it. It feels like I couldn't decide if it was supposed to appeal to kids and be like the original book, or if it was trying to appeal to adults. And it
Yeah.
tried to do both and didn't do either one particularly well. But it'll
Oh,
have one scene
100%.
where it's kind of goofy and silly, and then the next scene he's like throwing the guy's head at him. It's like, whoa, hang on. It was just like all over the place, and I think that was part of the problem with it from start.
Well,
to
yeah, I
finish.
feel like because of some of the scenes in this movie, like tonally and just what you see, you're like, man, I can't have a kid of a certain age watch this. Where it's basically the kid that can watch this has to be the same age of the kids that can watch Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
And that's
and
not how it should be. It should be that a kid way younger can watch this.
right.
Maybe they see the goblins and the goblins are creepy as hell like they are in the cartoon, but
They are.
besides
They have really creepy
Golems,
inbred
scary.
goblins in this movie. Yeah.
but no, it's way more like brutal in this,
Yeah. So
Like the Hills Have Eyes goblins.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, kind of speaking of that, back at the table, that other things that scene that I thought were, well, first of all, I talk about a hidden passage, and they need help to find this hidden dwarven passage. Again, more GOONERGATE. But they reluctantly take Bilbo, and I thought the contract scene where he whips out the contract and it's like
in case of
ridiculously
maiming
long,
and
it's
fire
like
and
an
death.
iPhone update. Yeah, think furnace with wings. I was like, that's pretty good.
So then we get into the troll scene, the next scene.
Well, they're
let's see.
traveling for a little bit.
Yeah, they travel. Yeah, they have the
Yeah.
handkerchief. There's some excellent music too. We were talking about the singing, that where they do like the really deep singing. That was awesome. And just
I think people are too. I think people are too
Great
hard
music.
on these movies because there's a lot that works.
Yeah.
But there are a couple things that definitely hold it back. He was filming a lot of the action scenes in different frame rate, and it makes the action scenes feel weird.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Did you guys even notice that? It's very
I didn't notice
noticeable.
that.
It's
What
very
I-
noticeable in theaters. But
Well,
What
there's
I
some-
did notice though was with the 4K. I think it's what we watched it in, and the picture quality is too good. And I don't care what anybody says. You up the frame rate and get that soap opera effect, or you get the picture quality too high a resolution, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, you're sounding like an old guy." At a certain point, you lose the magic, and you feel like you're watching some lame stage play, and it pulls you out of it. To my point, you could see where the prosthetic noses were because the picture quality was so good, where they were like orange. So I'm watching it, and it took me probably about half hour before I finally adjusted to that. But you could see like the prosthetics on their
That's
faces
a good point.
and like the wig line and stuff. It was just, and the whole movie had aspects of like that too, where it felt green screened. And the original Lord of the
they
Rings,
use
sure,
a
they had
lot
of it,
more green screen than they ever used before.
and you could.
Well, this
certainly tell
movie
it doesn't hold
was
up
a
visually like the
mess
originals.
production wise. Like
Mm.
there's some good YouTube documentaries on it. Like Peter Jackson was literally fighting the
government,
the Australian government because they were
The Australian
asking for
government?
higher wages, and then like the big wigs in the production team were like, okay, cool, they want more money, we'll just move this to China. And Peter Jackson's like, no, this has to be done in Australia. So he had to like calm the protesters, and it was a whole thing.
Jeez.
And then he's just like, there's literally footage of him just like calling for a break and then just walking off into like the woods just to like sit down and like think.
chill out.
He was
I've seen
writing the movie. He was writing the movie while filming the movie because it was such a mess. And it sucks because it's like ultimately it's hit kind of his fault, like how it went down, but it's like it's only as good as it is because of Peter Jackson. Like without him it'd be way worse.
Oh, it definitely could have been far, far worse. And as far as that goes, like, despite me not like complaining about how much green screen they use and the frame rate that they filmed this in, it's still like the prop work, the scenery stuff is still so impressive. It's not quite Lord of the Rings level, but it's only, when I say a half tick shy, I mean a half tick shy. It makes the Rings of Power embarrassing to watch, obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah. When you compare it to trash, yeah. But I'm like, there's some scenes where you're just like, this is not good CGI comparatively to the time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, and anytime you have a scene where like everything you're seeing on screen is fake, you're like, I know none of this is real.
Yeah. So okay, so let's get into the trolls. The trolls is a big scene, and obviously straight from the books. I mean, it's hard to like, decipher, differentiate what I wasn't a big fan of the book, or what I just didn't like translated in this movie. It felt like a lot of things were over the top, especially with this troll scene. Just like things went on for too long, and just was kind of over the top.
They could have made it shorter, but the scene tonally was very similar to the book, actually. Like the trolls are menacing, but then they're also kind of silly.
Yeah,
And
no,
so
I definitely
you
got
don't
that.
know what, yeah.
But I mean, like the adding the dwarves, and like I don't think it went on for that long, and being cooked and not cooked, right? I feel like I don't know. Maybe I got to reread it.
It was kind of weird to me that whenever they have Bilbo and they're like, "We'll tear him apart," and then they're like, "Okay, all 12 of us have to put our weapons down." Then there's a cut, and they're rotisserieing them. And in my head, I'm thinking, all right, at a certain point, you got to say, we're either all going to die or they're just going to kill that one guy. So you pick your swords back up, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I'll let it go, but it seemed a little bit strange. The way that scene was cut, it was just like they skipped that out because if they had it there, you'd be like, wait, what?
And then Gandalf comes in, and then at the crack of dawn, he shoves his long stick down the crack. He just shoves it and gooned all over him.
That's the thing too. Whenever they were doing the rotisserie, even before that occurred, another gooning moment. They're doing the rotisserie,
roasting,
so spinning them around. They're all tied up.
They're being roasted.
They're filling.
No, the guys in the bags on the ground. They're just all.
Was there some spit involved?
I don't know, but
I think there was some mucus. There was definitely mucus involved. And he wiped his nose. He wiped his goon all over.
There was a filthy handkerchief that was thrown at Bilbo earlier, but Bilbo tells them
Bilbo. He used Bilbo as a goon rag.
Oh yeah, that's the second time there's a snot joke. You're right, he did. He's like, "Oh, look what came out my nose hole." That's right. So true. And but he says he tells them not to eat them. Why? Because they got worms. Where do they have worms?
Cross bodily fluids.
They have worms in their tubes.
Cross bodily fluids off your Gooner bingo card.
Also, a line I don't like. Anyone who's read the book and seen the movie, like, I think this line was not in the books. Was like when he shoots out, like he shoots out Bilbo out of his nose, and he's like, "I'm like, well, what is it? It has arms and legs and everything." I love that line. I've always loved that line. I don't think it was in the
Peterson.
Man, shooting Gandalf out your nose. That sounds like some fucking coke shit.
That's some flame shit, dude.
Okay.
Power and
I am the bearer of the secret fire.
I think now is a good time to talk about the Brown Wizard.
Yeah, they meet Radagast at Dumbledore.
Fucking Radagast, the druid himself.
Why did you call him the brown lizard?
He's the brown.
Is it not obvious? What did he have on his hair?
Bird shit.
Oh, I thought it was bird.
Bird shit? Who said it was bird shit? It's just white.
Again, more evidence.
Viscous
more evidence, boys.
Material.
More bodily fluids. Okay.
Well, either way, did he goon on himself? Oh god.
He was clearly
The gooner is some sort of fecal matter, all right?
Joe, who are you judging? Have you not? Anyway.
At one point you're like, oh cool, we get to see that other wizard we never see, we just hear about. At the other point they're just like, they made him into this like over the top goofball, and he's got shit in his hair, and the whole time you're like, did they have to put shit in his hair? Like that's like maybe a step too far. He gets CPR to like the most CGI
Sonic, yeah.
ever, and I'm like, what is this scene? Just cut it.
And like, can you imagine? It's like we use CGI for most of the environments. What about the bird shit in his hair? Oh no, that was real. We wanted to be authentic.
But yeah, he saves Sonic, and I didn't understand those giant spiders are crawling all over the house, and they're like breaking windows and stuff. But then they just, whenever he gets that darkness out, they're like, all right, and they just leave, which is weird. I didn't understand why they
I forgot
left.
Sonic was in this movie.
Yeah, dude, he
that's a
saved
good-
Sonic. That's the whole reason there's movies now.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
The Hobbit's a
franchise
prequel
left
to
in-
the Sonic movie franchise.
Yeah, Radagast. He's Dr. Robotnik's uncle. You didn't know that, but there you
Why
go.
do you
original
think he's
Sonic
so
was
fast?
Both their names start with R. Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Did you see Radagast? What's his name?
Radagast.
Radagast? Did you see how fast he was out speeding those wolves? He's
Yeah,
fast.
he with his giant fat rabbits. It was great, dude.
That
It's a
scene
beautiful
was so
scene.
Dude, the
strange.
fucking rabbit sled. I'm like, what am I watching? I'm
I
like,
know.
what is this? Come
Oh,
on,
dude,
And I'm like,
You know-
I
you
don't
know,
think
I-
this is not cool. I don't know what this is, but
Was-
it's happening.
was Radagast-
I knew-
All right.
Hey, Kahuna, was Radagast and whoever read it, was Radagast more stoic in the books?
he wasn't like in
No.
the books. He's like,
We're-
if anything, he's like a brief mention,
Yeah, he's
but
barely-
or he's only mentioned in the Silmarillion, and and he's never mentioned in the Hobbits.
Did he have bigger rabbits too? Because those little fellas couldn't pull the weight of a grown man. That just
yeah,
seemed
no,
a
they
little
were
bit
they were
unbelievable.
like giant jackrabbits, is what they were, and they were
Yeah,
They
they're
weren't
all
very
they're all
giant, though.
white droplets.
Oh, you mean the book?
Ryan, do you have anything? Oski,
all in a row, all going the same direction, faster than
Yep.
a speeding bullet. Anyway, oh,
Mhm.
wow.
That-
Anyway,
So
That whole thing
Yeah.
just it felt like it was shot after the fact. They're like, oh, we gotta add some sick fucking fucking buddy
some, like,
sled shots in here,
hippie
bro.
stoner guy that's a co-writer. It's like, guys, wait, back
here for
up. We need more rabbits.
he needs to escape.
His hair's too clean,
this-
bro.
I knew
This-
about that. I knew about that scene because the Citadel models for the Hobbit, some of them came out beforehand, and some of them were like ended up being changed in the movie. That's how I know there were rewrites. But that model was one of the things there. So I'm like, why is there a sleigh with rabbits on it? I don't get it.
Look, Bray can have a chariot pulled by cats, but we draw the line at rabbits. Are we talking about house cats? She have house cats?
Yeah, what?
Fucking
No, the
pull her-
play cats. The play cats.
They just pulled by the characters from the musical Cats.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
a visual that
Like freaking Amy
Uh-huh.
Schumer and a bunch of those like weird people in Hollywood. Just like,
so we need to go back
Seth
and
Rogen.
edit Hobbit, and Radagast will have those people pulling his sled. It's got like Taylor Swift up there and Idris Elba in their cat
Radagast.
makeup,
oh,
pulling his sleigh.
is there
His
any
eyes
movie more
rolled
ugly and
into his head.
embarrassing to have been in than
See,
that movie?
what have we done? what the fuck have we done, dude? This feels like I feel like dirty. I feel like a blasphemy doing this.
I know. I've been trying to lean into it, and I can tell people
It's so
pulling back,
hard.
and I'm like, maybe we gone too far, but now maybe that's the point. I don't know.
I shouldn't say it's too hard when talking about this.
I mean,
Yeah.
there were bird eggs in a nest in his hair. How do you think they made bird eggs? Anyway,
Oh, so he gooned on the eggs, yeah.
wait, him? What do you?
His little chimera.
I don't know.
bird
He's a
human.
Maiar. One of the Maiar is a fucking horse. Shadowfax. He's a Maiar.
No one's ever gonna be able to-
Gandalf.
Watch this movie ever again without if you've witnessed this stream. Now you're gonna watch it and just be like, oh no, I can't shake this. The
Why is
rabbits
his hair
are
so?
running out, and you just get
Why
some
is his hair so
face
crusty? We don't
in your
know.
mind.
The, the Radagast scenes would be a good example of some of the things that they could have just not been tempted
Had
with.
at
and
all? Yeah.
Just
Guys, we
freaking
have-
write the story. Just write the story as is. Like the book's right there. Write it. Make the movie.
What are you doing? That's fine.
We haven't even gotten to the good stuff, guys. Shares out, please. Subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dying.
Join the Substack. I promise
Please
it's not-
subscribe.
not
We're-
nearly
we're-
as
We're
unhinged.
we're a very wholesome bunch. We were just talking about all the wholesome things in the Hobbit.
Join the Discord. Become a
Wholesome?
seaman
Really,
today.
Kahuna? Wholesome? Come on.
Wholesome.
Oh,
Well, they haven't,
all right.
they haven't even gone to the dirty goblin hole yet.
Not yet. But
All
they
right,
do
so we
escape
got-
too.
I
Can't
think-
they?
I think next on the table we got the White Council, which again was added. It was mentioned in the Hobbit, but it was something they added in the Necromancer, which we end up finding out. Is
Wait, which was
Sauron.
this? Was this
Yeah,
one
no-
Rivendell?
no,
Are we
we're-
jumping ahead?
Yeah, the Rivendell. That's the White Council.
Okay, so
that was
this is
something
after
else.
they escape the wolves and hide in the cave, and after Gandalf
Guys,
comes again.
guys, the White
Or
Council.
no, the elves save them. That's right. The elves save them.
The White Council
Yep.
Council of Gooners.
Uh, no, that's something else. That
Why
Peter
are they
Jackson had
covered in
to-
white?
That's
You
what
see
Peter-
those looks Galadriel's giving Goondaf?
Goondap.
And her dress, could it be any more tight and revealing? Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like Galadriel like too old.
No,
Really?
no,
I didn't
she
get
looks-
that
Yeah, in this one,
she
she's
looks younger than she did in the original, dude.
I thought, yeah.
No,
She did.
no,
I
dude,
agree
you're
with
high.
Kahuna.
Now
I
we
agree
need
with
to.
Kahuna.
I gotta compare. I think she looked about the same.
You're the one saying she's in a revealing fucking dress. Shut the hell up.
Very. I mean, that was at least.
I mean,
it was,
she's Gooner
I
bait
saw
too,
some
but
angle.
like,
Yeah, Gandalf's or not Gandalf. Elrond somehow looked better in this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
put a
Oh
filter
no,
on everything.
Elrond. He had his armor and it was like he was I don't know.
Yeah, and like Anne mentioned, more cheerful. I'm not saying that like Galadriel, the actress, looked old, but I'm like when you compare her to Lord of the Rings, it's noticeable.
You're wrong.
I'm-
That's
I'm trying to find pictures.
Wrong. You're wrong.
no. There are scenes in Lord of the Rings where she looks older than she does in any scene in The Hobbit. You're just wrong. That's all there is to it, dude.
Yeah, I'm with Hoon on this one.
Okay, whatever. All right. Maybe I think you guys are lost.
Son of a queen, terrible.
And the
beautiful
union
as
of the
blood.
twin Gooners.
Okay. What? So all right.
We got off track.
All right. We a little bit lost. They kind of introduce. I don't remember if he was even mentioned in the books. The antagonist to Oakenshield. We have that the white orc.
No,
Yeah,
he's mentioned, but he's not in the story.
Yeah. He's obviously not the character that he is in this, and they kind of brought him more prominently. I kind of like that. I feel like
he
Hobbit.
He was menacing and he was cool and he was different. Yeah.
It was a good addition that matter. Maybe too, and that kind of makes it like having him in it makes it harder to have kids and like watch the movie.
He's literally called called the despoiler. It's not not a lot of good
Is
things.
that they called him the despoiler?
Yeah, am I wrong?
He's all the defiler.
Oh well, much better. Sorry,
Is that better?
defiler. Barely know. Anyway, let's see.
Oh man, my head.
Well, in this
hurts now.
council, another scene talking about goonbait. I don't know if it was in use. You guys watch the extended edition?
Yeah, of course.
Of course,
All right,
yeah.
so
We
you
don't
watched
watch
the full length version, not the
full length.
So in it,
the largest
yeah.
length for Gooner.
Did you catch the scene whenever all the dwarves are there? They're eating, they're drinking, they're making merry, they're throwing food, they're being silly, and then they find a fountain. Do you all remember the fountain scene where they're all
Remind me.
naked and splashing around
I remember
in the
that
fountain?
What? Are you joking?
scene.
Did you all not see this, dude? You had that scene. You didn't see it. You would remember it. You must not watch the extended edition, boys. Yes,
Dude,
all of them
Herman.
stark naked in the fountain. They're splishing and splashing and playing around. One guy's got another guy on his shoulders, and they're playing like chicken or whatever it is. Yeah. was the thing.
Were they naked? What is happening here?
Yes.
They're dwarves. You can't even see them anyway.
There was a lot of
Shirtless
butts.
dwarves on your Gooner bingo card. Shirtless dwarves.
They weren't.
Yeah, I mean, you
shirtless.
could totally see them with the lack of beard.
You
I
look
was
way
surprised.
more
I didn't remember
dwarven.
that scene in theaters, and I'm like watching it back. I'm like, holy crap, dude! This
Goon,
is
it probably wasn't
Goon,
the
Goon
actual
Ladriel.
There you go.
Just
Just threw it into the Discord if you boys want to see the scene. Take a peek.
You guys want to see some dwarf butt?
I don't know, if we
Dude,
can
yeah.
put it up,
If you're gonna look at it and be like, oh my gosh.
What the hell?
Oh
No,
my
that's not
God.
real.
Yes, it
Oh my god!
That's
Yes.
Wait 1
not
second.
real, dude.
The scene is like 6 seconds long. Maybe not that I timed it and slowed
Yeah,
down, but
I
it's like
actually
6
now I
seconds long.
remember, and I wish I didn't remember it. This is
I
fantastic.
forgot about this scene.
Wow.
So talking about it being like, yeah, it's weird. I'm like,
Wow.
what is happening?
What the hell is that?
That's,
Don't look at our
I don't
Rensu
like looking at.
sheets.
Zoom in, dude. That's
I can't zoom in.
yeah, you can.
Enhance.
Open in browser. Open in browser.
It's too
Open in
late. It's
browser.
too late. Okay,
Enhance.
we're
Open in
off.
browser.
All right.
You gotta see the
What's the next?
fucking
Wait,
dwarf
then we get to
ass.
the goblins. Or no, before we get to the goblins, you have the
Goblin
rock,
these nuts.
This is
the
why
rock
everybody
giants.
came.
Anybody
dude,
else
that's-
think the rock giants is stupid?
No.
No, I
That's
thought
like
they
my
were. I
favorite
thought
scene
they
in
were
the whole
neat.
movie.
and
It
they
was
were
too
cool.
much.
so cool. They're throwing the rocks and they're smashing the cliff and everything.
Wait,
It's
wait.
awesome.
Oh, that's my screen.
No wonder. Okay.
Wow.
We're gonna get real in close here, boys.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Bomber. That's
There it
Bomber
is.
over there.
There
Sure
it is.
is.
confirmed.
It sure
no,
is.
the rock giants, like, some people have mentioned that
They're
like,
literally not described at all in the books. Besides
well, they
being
do
rocks.
say there's
cool.
giants throwing rocks or something like that. And
Yeah.
what people are saying, they're describing trolls. Like, there's no way Tolkien was like, yeah, there's these like giants. They're made of rock, the size of mountains.
Hey,
They're
I'm gonna
only like come on.
controversial opinion. Tolkien sometimes doesn't describe things almost at all. I'm okay with this creative license.
Yeah. Either way, I think it was stupid, and it just was like,
Oh man.
I don't know. Everybody's
love
looking at
that
this. You're like, what the hell is going on? And like, they just fight every time there's a storm and just kill each other. Like,
Yes.
does the mountains move? Like,
Yeah,
this
dude.
much
Awesome.
change?
It's cool. It's good world building.
Yeah.
Justin,
And
you and I are
CGI
right.
looks so good,
Joe's
and that one
wrong.
of the rocks hit. There's so much weight to it. It's like,
Oh, the sound design is so good, and then it forces them to go into the cave, and they have some good like dialogue in that cave. It's all good, dude. I like the whole thing.
Yeah, I love that scene. Every time that scene happens, I'm like,
But
I start getting hyped.
I
So
need-
then it's
I
like,
need-
okay, and then we get into the goblin stuff and goblins.
and goblin.
They were having succubus with the goblins.
Some of it's good and some of it's fun, and then it's just like, just tone it down. And then the Goblin King, like,
it's
come
so
on, the Goblin King,
attractive.
I like the way he dies.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Barry
that's
Hill's
brutal.
got
Although
eyes.
he has that one-liner in there, which is kind of to your point. It's like, did he need to say that? He's like, "What are you gonna do?" And then he stabs him. He's like, "Oh, well, that works." And then he dies.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was just-
dumb. that was a bad
What was
line.
that?
That being
Yeah,
said,
stuff
like
like Gandalf uses more magic in these movies than he does in the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Ooh,
In this one
the
movie,
way did you
than
notice the
entire
way he
Lord.
uses the magic? The way he uses the magic was well done in this, though. Like, I think he was like talking to the pine cone, and then it burst into flames.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that.
or like when he use stab down the staff, like
And he yelled,
cause all the
"Yeah,
lights to go out.
Yeah, and he yelled "poof." You remember that?
Yeah.
Poof, and then they go flying.
But he like
Yeah.
teleports into the goon cave, you know? Like,
You're saying he came into the Goon Cave?
he came into the goon cave, just like appeared in a white flash.
We're gonna kill We're gonna kill AC, dude. Look at his face.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That-
the
the whole
song there
thing
was
like kind of a
so insane.
CGI mess with the, and then like the what is it? The fucking eagles come to save them, and
That happens
Oh,
in
yeah,
the book,
later on.
dude.
Yeah,
does it?
that's
Yeah,
later on. Though.
100% that happens in the books.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because
I don't
before
remember
that
the books
happens,
well.
that's
And,
that's
and then
whenever
later they give the eagles like jewelry, and they give the king of the eagles a crown.
really.
That's
So there's
later.
a-
That's at the
there's
end of the
an
book.
eagle
Yeah.
flying around, with a little
Yes.
human crown on his head.
I think it was like a large one. I don't
Wait,
know.
so somebody had to forge an eagle-sized crown? I want
I-
that
I
backstory.
dubbed the eagle king of the goons.
I come to the guy, the blacksmith, like, we need a
Oh.
crown. He's like, all right, got plenty. Like, no,
See,
he needs to fit on the head of an eagle. He's like, what?
Also,
Cut
a
that.
scene. There's a scene in there's. We need to talk about this scene. So the hobbits are running away. Finally, like the
Mm-hmm.
trees coming down. There's flames everywhere. The scene is both very awesome and very, very funny.
Wait, are you talking
Because
about
like
the
you
end?
see
Are we
Thorin, like
jumping
he
that far
stands
ahead?
up. He go. Oh, it's not that far ahead. Oh, okay, never mind. We'll get to it.
We
later.
skip. We
Okay.
skipped the cave. We skipped the game and the riddles.
We skipped the cave.
Oh yeah, we
Oh, yeah.
skipped the most important scene of the entire movie. Yeah, I mean, well, it's almost like it was really, really good. Like, there's like no complaints there.
what the Smeagol was
Two-
done was very good.
Two amazing actors probably performing the most important scene of like even in the book, right? And it's just everything looked great. It was fantastic. The cave looked
And-
awesome.
Smeagol looked a lot better in this movie than the CGI in the
Agreed.
original Lord of the Rings on Gollum. A
It
little
was
bit
good,
rough.
but it was not.
Looked a
it's
lot
It's
better
sometimes
in
it's
this
yeah, but sometimes you got to admit though it's like some of the best CGI in all movies.
Mhm.
Put some respect
they-
on that.
the original Gollum and the
Mhm.
OG.
Some of them,
Sometimes.
yeah.
But in the second movie in particular, I thought it was kind of showing its age. And then you see if you
100%.
compare him, like we were comparing Galadriel, if you compare Gollum in that and the original trilogy to this one, you can just tell the tech got better. You
Yeah.
can see more pores on his skin and more like veins in his eyes and stuff. And it just
See,
looked a
Bats,
lot
go to your
more
room for that joke.
believable. With Smeagol.
That's my Nazgash.
It was
Get that
right there the whole
Nazgul.
It
time.
was right there.
Get that
Goon,
Nazgash.
goon,
Smeagol.
goonlum.
This way he's not saying gold. He's like,
Why does it cry, Smeagol?
Get that
the Nazgul or the
Nazgash.
Nazgoon, right? There you go.
No,
Nazgul.
Nazgash.
Nazgash and
Nazgash,
Smeagol.
Nazgoon, either one works.
Uh,
Oh,
Nazgoon
yeah.
works too.
So it's after they play the game where they got the little riddles. And the first time, I don't know if you guys had this moment. The first time I heard like the riddles where they're telling them, I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm sitting there trying to figure it out. The tramp stamp champ one, I still don't know. You could figure out that was teeth. Teeth don't.
I forgot what
stamp.
exactly the riddle was.
First they champ, then they stamp, then something. Like teeth don't stamp. Dude.
No, those are Justin. Those are older terms for like things, ways people use, like what teeth could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
I look out real quick though. I want to point this out, Herman. I'm not the
What
negative.
Yeah.
I hate everything one on this show. That's
On this show,
Justin.
no, he doesn't.
That's
Justin doesn't like
definitely
movies, but you
Justin.
hate. Justin hates movies, but you hate everything else. You hate everything else. There we go.
Whatever.
I don't hate movies. I hate celery. There's some.
That's
movies
true.
I
Well, you're
dislike.
right on that one. You're 100% right on
What
that
is-
one.
Who's
What
with
is-
me in the chat while we got the chat here? Does anybody else hate celery the way I do?
Does anyone think it's the most like innocuous, like non-opinion creating vegetable of all time?
Totally
Yeah,
Gooner
let's see what
food.
they say.
That's all that is. Gooner food.
You're Gooner food.
Dude,
Oh.
gooning food is like Cheetos. What are you talking about, dude? It's like oysters and nonsense.
All right.
What? Wait, oysters are
any other?
nonsense? What? Yeah, so
Any
then
other
Gandalf
scenes we
kills
wanna
the
cover
Goblin
with the-
King. Well, yeah, then they get to the end. To get back, because I cut off Kahuna before. That's whenever they escape, and then they get to nighttime, and the orcs show up, and they have the scene with the flaming tree and all that good stuff. And that's what you were
Yeah, I'll
going
be
to talk
right
about a
back
few
one
ago.
second.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, he stands up, the music swells, the scene is lit so beautiful. It's great, dude. And he runs forward, he jumps through the fire, and then immediately gets bitch slapped by
Yes.
the orc. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Why would you set it up so to look so good and then do that? It seemed really weird.
I know exactly what you mean, but yeah, every time that scene when he's walking down the tree and it's like slow
You're like,
motion with the
hell
fire everywhere,
yeah.
dude. Oh, it's such a good scene. I was like, yes, but then yeah, you're like, oh no, that's not that went sideways in a hurry. That's not.
Teabagged in midair by a warg. And it's like it's over.
Yeah, that scene is awesome. So they fight Azog. Again, the music here, like you were talking about, the score swelling, that the massive brass
Oh.
sections in the score in this film are just every
Yeah, no,
time they
there's
hit.
some really good tracks because they obviously have access
so
to the
good.
original tracks of the original movie, but then they also have ones just for these movies, and they're really good.
Yes, awesome stuff. It was like right up there in terms of some of my favorite soundtracks, like Interstellar's up there. This one's it's in that same ballpark.
Still
It's
haven't
that
seen
good.
Interstellar.
How have you not seen Interstellar?
Wait,
We'll
you
have to
like
have it
Interstellar?
Yeah.
We'll have
Yeah,
to
dude.
have it win one week.
It
That
gets
movie's
weird.
not fun.
How can you
No, it's
like
pretty
that
fun.
movie?
They,
Okay.
or
Well,
they-
we're,
okay, it's a-
we're talking
it's
about
a
the
sci-fi-
Hobbit.
It's a sci-fi
You're
movie, and they
thinking of
actually go to other
Gravity,
planets.
Az. You're thinking
So
of Gravity.
they fight
Talking about
Azog
Goonbit,
again.
all right?
Thorin gets knocked down with the mace. Bilbo jumps down. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you." Then the other dwarves, "Hey, look at me, she. I'm gonna fight you, she." So then they fight him, and then, like you said, then the eagles show up and just start wrecking shop.
Yeah,
And then-
John, there was that version. Yeah, there's a fan edit of the Hobbit movies that makes it all into one movie and takes out like it's a really good
People
edit.
hate
It's
it.
a-
So no elf freckles. I don't know about that. And then it ends with them standing on the mountain, and then it zooms in on Benjamin Cucumber's eyeball opening up.
Benjamin
Nice.
Cumber, is that what you?
Bender bend.
Oh,
Cumber
also-
bend.
Also, Maji Chen comes in to say something that is really anti-Justin here. Interstellar is boring. How
I
can
agree.
how can you enjoy that
What?
movie?
What a violent
Wait,
statement.
you
Dude,
find it boring and I
Interstellar
don't.
is-
That's amazing.
Fucking
love that
boring as fuck, dude.
Really?
Rocky,
Oh, man.
boring.
Rocky is
Interstellar peaks in.
Dude, watch it. It's a good movie, and the music.
No,
is...
I've heard.
There's something wrong
that it
with you,
is,
man.
but it's a very long
Something's
movie.
so wrong.
No,
with
it's
you.
great. The only thing I don't like, the last like 20 minutes of it, I'm not a huge fan of. They get into like string theory and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know about all that. But the rest of it's in terms of like space exploration. They actually go places. They do things. There's some cool ideas in there, and it's just I don't know. It's a very unique movie. I enjoy it. I've seen it a bunch.
Uniquely long. It's like what,
Is it?
3 or 4 hours long or something? Am I?
No. You gotta say it like it's the
No.
most ridiculous thing you've ever
All right,
heard.
let's not talk about
Interstellar,
Interstellar.
run length. Let's see.
But yeah, I guess is there any? What's our thought? What's our ultimate thoughts on the Hobbit? What's our or the
Interstellar.
first
250,
one,
2
not
hours,
the
50 minutes,
trilogy?
same length.
Again, it's too long. Again, they put turned one short kids book into 3-hour movies. It's ridiculous, but I think this one adapts scenes from the book most faithfully out of all the movies by a long
Yeah,
shot.
which isn't great, but
It's
no, I think
mostly
Justin
guilty of
like
adding-
mentioned it best in the beginning of our talk, saying that it's like this just didn't know where it wanted to be in tone.
Yeah,
if
it was like
kids
half
one, adult.
half whimsical and silly, and then half like very, very serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just, yeah, I don't know, but like overall, it is something you have to mention. It's like they are fun movies, and like I definitely gonna want to watch this movie over a lot of other movies, even though they are bad as far as what's it called, adaptations go. Like it's definitely bad as an adaptation goes, not compared to the other two in this series, but like.
Especially compared to like Lord of the Rings, or even like something like Harry Potter, which is a fairly faithful adaptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even just like the things like, okay, it's over top. I'm like, yeah, I kind of prefer that over just straight up sucking.
Oh, there's something else too. This has to do directly with the CGI and with the frame rate, but the action felt very weightless, like half of the time.
Yeah.
And it really took me out of it. Like in the original trilogy, obviously it felt very visceral and in your face, and even some of the action is really good, but a lot of it feels like a bunch of video game characters. I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's that reliance on CGI. You can't beat practical, and the first 3 films used practical. There's actually guys in suits hitting each other with, I don't know, cardboard swords or whatever they were, and you can tell. And in this movie, it's exactly what you were saying. I will say, I like the music in this movie a lot, as I've already said. I like the singing bits. They're fun, even though Goblin Town, it's a little bit hokey, but it's fine. It's good enough. The characters are great. We talked about the casting being good. The action isn't. There's some good action in there. Some cool scenes. Martin Friedman, I think, is a standout. I thought his performance was particularly good. The silly tone, I think, it would be a pro for some people and a con for others. Way too much green screen. I talked about the noses and got made fun of for noticing the noses. But I don't know. I still think I think we're all kind of on the same page. To me, this floats, but it's not like way up in the sky. It's a floater, but you know.
It's no Interstellar.
Real quick, Elric Cedric, welcome to the stream, by the way. Awesome, Elric. Anyways, we will say we do book club, and right now we're doing Red Rising. Soon we're probably going to get to.
Oh, is that right?
Well, Joe, we
lost you. We're going to do
series.
Right now?
Yeah. So
Joe, we didn't hear anything you just said.
Yeah.
Oh, we're probably going to be. Sorry, my bad. So I mean, we as book club we're doing Red Rising, but we're probably going to get to Empire of Silence soon because of how popular it is. So if you want to join book club,
I've read a whole bunch of those books
join
as
the
well.
Discord.
The Sun Eater series, and those books are very good as well. I prefer Red Rising for very specific reasons, but there is some shared DNA there. Both of them were inspired by Dune. A lot of them have a lot of common ancestry, like with Dune and with what's that other sci-fi book? Like the
Join the Discord. It's in the chat.
Yeah, go ahead, John. Join us.
Herman says your Gooner energy is overloading your video feed.
She's
tone it
Sermon's
down.
just nonstop. I love it. Keep it coming.
How does he always have a comment? He always has one. It's always good.
Have you ever thought about oiling yourself up for me?
Appropriate.
Oiling yourself.
You gotta warn me before you do that one, Battsauce. I can mime it pretty well.
Alright, so I guess we get to the point where, like, hey, does this sink or float?
100% it floats. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not
I
Lord
don't
of
know
the
if it's
Rings.
100% it floats.
But
But-
it's probably.
all right,
It's
so
like
float,
snow, like it's a
AC.
little soggy. It's kind of going
Float.
under. It's bobbing around, but it's floating.
Yeah. So I mean, like anybody who watches The Hobbit, this is what it is.
It's how Galadriel
Gooner
got the
bait,
job.
complete and utter gooner bait. And talking about gooner bait, I think it's time that we discuss something.
Real
little bit
quick,
more serious. Something-
Mod, you said I am not paid well enough to see Kahuna oil himself.
It's
Speaking
true.
of Goonergate,
Yeah, all right. Well, let's talk about something serious here, guys. Something serious,
Very serious. Very
because
serious.
it's just
Very
something
serious.
that we like. I even mentioned, like, kind of promoted, and we were gonna have on the show, and we had to cancel him because
we did.
like-
We canceled him.
what he's doing. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of disturbing. We can't kind of have this type of stuff
the eyes of God.
on the show. Like we have some decency here, right? And what we're talking about is it's very obvious what Von Gaiman is selling is complete and total utter gooner bait. Anyone else agree?
Yes, obviously. Yes.
Yes. Of course.
Yes, we're all Sean Connery now.
Yeah.
I like the way
Glad,
you
glad
say
you
it,
guys
Mr.
agree,
Soft.
but like let's just look at this.
He's obviously a degenerate
I-
who grew up watching.
I present to you guys
Judy-
Exhibit A, and the only exhibit we really need.
Look at those
You don't
boobs.
need
Do I need to say anything else?
No,
This
you
guy is
don't.
gooned out of his mind.
Those
Out
facial
of his
expressions
mind.
are
He
very-
broke his helmet. It's so intense.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
I
a
do
child,
appreciate he's
and a
wearing a
child
helmet.
at
though.
that.
Props.
The,
He gets
the
helmet.
show
We have-
is
we
kind
have
of filth on
standards.
the internet.
We have standards on the RNCs, and we can't let gooner bitches like Von Gaiman come on the show to promote. He's got 144 gooners. Just absolutely disgusting.
It's a masterfully drawn and colored rendition of total smut.
Yeah, and what's the symbolism with the fire? AC, what's the symbolism of the fire?
Fire
Yep.
in your loins,
Lust.
boy.
That's the symbol.
Lust. Fire is lust.
Thank you for sugarcoating that, AC. I appreciate
Um,
that. It's very profound.
Feral animal instinct to mate.
To become a hero.
Rebirth,
Gross.
rebirth cleansing. Oh, are we okay? So yeah, light. There's light, warmth,
Yeah.
life, rebirth, cleansing, destruction. Obviously, is the most obvious one.
And also a weapon. You know, the threat of violence is very arousing to some individuals. Very.
Yeah, what does the sword symbolize? Huh?
Anarchy, chaos, anarchy and chaos. Because fire is hard to control. So
You know all these sickos on the internet who ordered this. All 144 of them were only only clicking with one hand.
and come also.
What do we get from this, guys? What do we get from this? So
Come.
like this is obviously the balls. This is the shaft. And we got this blind bitch, probably for how much she gooned. She gooned so much she went blind.
I've heard
Obviously.
about it. That is a thing that can occur
Obviously.
if you goon too
I actually
hard.
ran this through Photoshop, and when you make a silhouette of it, it completely resembles a penis.
You think that's
100%.
dude? Grab it.
completely-
And
Maybe
turn
yours,
the,
my boy. Maybe
turn the
yours.
saturation the whole way up, turn the brightness the whole way up, and put it
Yep.
on a blending mode of overlay, and you'll see the hidden message. It's
Yeah.
worse than the cover of the Little Mermaid, the animated, the VHS. It's worse than that.
Yeah, you remember
Yeah,
how they
it's-
hid
this
dicks
is-
in the background? This is way worse.
And if you go like this,
This is very
too, if
obviously
you just squint-
testicles of somebody's goon too much.
Yeah, I mean, just close your eyes, squint your eyes, like the lady with the blindfold. Just go like that, like she is. It's trying to tell you, try to be
Wait.
like her and just close your eyes, and then you can't not see it at that point.
Yeah.
is this lady
Clear as
Greek?
day.
Actually, no. She's Italian.
What?
Is she? Wait, is she?
But she's got a
She-
Greek name, right?
So she identifies as Greek.
She identifies as Greek. Yeah,
So
this
she
is
identifies
obvious, yeah.
as some sort of sycophant, some sort of.
What is this?
Where did you go?
What is this? Is this
Oh,
not
boy.
a man just like prime gooned?
Oh yes,
Look,
obviously. He's
Reminds me
usually
of
this one's very direct actually. It represents electrical stimuli, something some toys they've been coming out with recently. You wouldn't believe what they can do.
even his Rebel Oasis logo. If you turning to Walter Matthau, if you look at his Rebel Oasis logo
Rebel
in the
Oasis.
corner there, look at it. Look at his logo. Look at it.
Yeah,
Look at his logo.
it's a shaft. It's a shaft.
Mhm.
And look
What's
at
it
that
doing?
bursting.
That's not a
Bursting?
palm tree.
Looks
We see what
like
you're
balls
doing.
right here. Shaft exploding. What?
Bursting.
Rumor has
Unbelievable.
it actually represents his family tree, so go easy on him.
And then what is this? What is
Nothing
this? You've been trying
Nothing
to
more erotic than mid drift.
100% gooner bait. Wait, there's
More
Yeah,
thirst trap.
this is a card he's giving to everyone with the like illustrated hips out there. Like, why? Else?
I heard he got some of that non-stick kind of comic paper. You know what I'm saying, boys?
Except to
Glossy?
attract the goon people. Like people are gooning way too hard. Just too like all these women that he's trying to goon for. Yeah, look at that.
It's literally a gun.
Obviously penis and yeah. I'm sorry. Guys, I forgot. I've been on the wrong bus all fucking day. Fucking this nerd, you know.
You would
We had
have
to
to
cancel
do
him
it
on
right
the show.
there.
He's on here
What
because
up,
he's
Vaughn?
too stupid. He gooned too hard. We can't. We had to kick him off the show.
Why did you squish the photo to make his proportions warped?
That's just him, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. That's just him.
Why
Whenever-
is his right arm larger
is
than
Vaughn
the
Gordon.
other?
Get it squished.
This is Vaughn Gaiman. He was a gooner boy. She was a gooner girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a goon. She did gooning. What more can I say? He wanted her goon.
My soul.
She'd never tell. Secretly, she wanted him as well, the goon as well. But all of her friends stuck up their nose. They had a problem with his goony clothes. He was a gooner boy. She said, "Goon you later, boy." He wasn't gooning enough for her. She had a goony face, but her head was up in goon. She needed a goon.
I think we
5 years
need.
from now. All right.
I think we need
All right,
another.
that's it. I'm done. I'm
That's
done.
getting clipped.
No more Von Gaiman ever. We're now calling for a complete boycott of his gooning across any show. If he's on any show, you're then hosting a gooner show. So
And if you are going to show up, make sure it's something hateful. Like I heard you're a gooner with a little light switch of a piece of equipment. Anyway, something kind.
all right, boys.
Steve,
Well done.
you can.
Well
it would
done.
save us a lot of pain. That hurts to listen to. I had to hear that nonsense pre-show too, dude.
I don't know what he's talking about. That was something that naturally occurred, and I don't know what he's talking about.
You said goon you later, boy. He wasn't gooning enough. You're all gonna be stuck in your heads. You're gonna be driving to
I
work tomorrow.
couldn't carry through. I couldn't carry through.
I know.
He wasn't gooner, boy. She said goonie later, boy. He wasn't gooning enough for her. Yeah.
We talked about
John in about 4 seconds came up with better lyrics. Okay.
Goon my heart open and I risked myself shut.
Yeah, pull that up. Pull that up. Pull it up.
Anyone who's new coming on here, they're like, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I watched the Brandon Sanderson video. I thought they had something funny to say.
Now we heard the worst Italian singer.
I was-
I knew too much.
Actually, AC, we got to do that one like Creed. Goon my heart open.
Yes.
Where's my
Yes. Yes, Queen.
I can tell
Yes.
weaknesses?
Where is it?
Do you know D-Way?
That's pretty good, Kuna. Was that Chris Stapp? Is that the guy's name?
No, something stop, yeah. It's not Chris though. What is it? Scott Stapp, yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. That's the first album I ever memorized as a young man. So yeah, I'll never forget Creed. But here we are.
There you go. You're right.
I got it, man.
Short for Scott word. Did you know that?
The Sound of Gooning
The
by
sound
the
the
Iron
sound music.
Sheesh.
So what's GOONERGATE? Fill me in, Bats. What do we been?
Yeah,
talking about?
fill him with Gooning. Wait, fill him up. Never mind.
Goon me up, Captain.
Well, you don't. Okay, so all right, you actually want to know what's going on with GOONERGATE? Oh man, it's just
I've been editing and making comics, dude. I'm like in a laboratory.
It's on the periphery of what I've been seeing, but it's
I know.
the stupidest conversation.
it's like derived from Melanie Mack, who's like ultra conservative that just says faggot all the time. And that's all she does. That's all she ever does.
That's a game
It was funny at first, and then it's just like, okay, it's getting old. And
But then,
there's
it's funny again.
yeah,
It comes back. It resurges.
Yeah, sometimes. But no, it's one of these things where it's like people are like, okay, like we just got ahead on some ways, right, with the way culture's been going. And it's like, okay, as soon as we get a little bit ahead, we're gonna go way too hard on people with stuff and calling stuff something it's really not, and calling it based off of like 0 seconds of research or like anything. And it's also
that's
like
more of a broader culture, like in these kind of environments that we see people talking about movies they've never seen, books they've never read, and a few other things.
So, are you saying the hyper conservative tip of the spear is kind of breaking away from the more middle of the ground conservative?
That's kind of what
Is that
people
what
are
you're
seeing. That's what people are kind of afraid of. I don't know. I think it's like not just one person. It's a couple other people, but the other people involved, like John Della Rose or whoever. It's like they've always been on the hardcore conservative side.
The cutting edge.
It's whatever. Like that's not going to change anything if you disagree with them or whatever. So yeah, no. I mean that's the thing. It's like the biggest thing that the biggest sin Melanie Mack committed is being like a massive hypocrite, because it's like you're talking about this one sexy model, and then you talked about it as if it's bad, and then you talked about fucking Stellar Blade so positively, and it's like, dude, the fucking Stellar Blade was no shit Gooner shit, like that definitely was.
It definitely was,
people. And it was advertised as such.
Yeah.
So it's like and people are pointing out the hypocrisy, and you're only getting people doubling down. So
it's been a very stupid conversation from start to beginning to end so far.
Where's the focus? Is the focus in games, or is it like comics, or is it just an amalgamation of everything?
Well, people fear censorship, but I'm like,
thing?
I don't think any censorship is going to come from this. Like, just it's also kind of people's opinions don't really matter as much as they're going viral for it.
Yeah, everybody's going viral. People are going to get money and like get attention on either side of the issue, and it's just a pointless conversation. It's the kind of thing. It's like where like you have someone you follow on the internet, like whether it's a YouTuber or someone on Twitter, and every now and again they'll say something. You're like, oh, well, that's kind of really effing dumb, and then you move on with life. Like with that, it's like how much stupid things can someone say before you no longer talk, like you're no longer interested in following them, and that's what it comes down to. Like most of these people, like this is just a drop in the bucket in terms of like what they do for content and such.
Well, there's also
where people land
some like deeper tribalistic stuff that's going on with it too, where it's like it's like, okay, if you've been Team Melanie, like we want to hear your opinion on this, you need to have a statement, like, for example, like the Geeks and Gamers guys who are obviously like, I'm just gonna stay out of it, I'm not gonna voice my opinion, I don't care enough about it. But people are like kind of like, you should probably voice your opinion on it. And whether I agree on that, I'm like, I don't care enough. I don't know. I don't like.
Well, like people like Melanie.
Like people do have to do business with people, right? It's like you're gonna have to do business and play nice with some people. You can't just like jump at people's throat every time. And it's like, in order to have like the full context of whether you disagree or agree with the person, it's gonna require you to do more research than you probably want to do. So there's like also that.
And and plus like there are people who are they obviously purposely say things that are like very not controversial but attention grabbing. Like they say things to shock people in order to get attention. Melanie is definitely one of those people. Just out of the, I don't even really know that much about her. I know that she is like
She says faggot.
Yeah, she talks.
That's all anyone knows about her.
She's a big Tomb Raider fan. I remember she was playing the Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
So it was the Tomb Raider, that, and then I think she has like a channel too where she reads the Bible or something.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean,
yeah,
well,
no,
that's
like, actually how I found out about her was I was already following that.
Well, that's it. Like, how the fuck are you going to talk about that? And it's like, bro, like Tomb Raider's the OG Gooner chick. Like, are you pretending like people didn't like jerk off like crazy to her fucking triangle tits? Like, I mean, because like back then that was like all you had is digital tits. Like that was totally a thing, right?
Let me tell you, my boy, when you're alone long enough, those rocks and plants start looking real curvy. You know what I'm saying, fellas?
First you shot dinosaurs, and then you reloaded and shot. Anyway, next conversation. Tom.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how long this is going to last. It's one of these things. It's like a hot topic of the day. So anytime something spurs up like that, it's kind of in your wheelhouse. People are going to jump on it. They're going to have opinions because, like you said, it does drive conversation. We're talking about it. It was a thing. A lot of people were jumping in there. A lot of bigger names, not just to single out Melanie, but there's a lot of people jumping in it and having opinions and all that sort of stuff. I don't know the legs on it. I feel like it's going to be a flash in the pan.
It's almost
came and went. And there's like some weirdness that's come out about it, and people being like, well, this doesn't line up with your old view, and what's this about? And then the context of what this was before. I'm like, and I think, I don't know. Maybe I'm already kind of like, okay, whatever. Let's move on to the next thing. Is sort of where I'm at, but I don't know if that's just me.
Yeah, this subject does not have a very long legs.
It's also like, why the fuck would anyone even give a shit about what Melanie Mac thinks in the first place? She has the most annoying voice ever. And like everybody's always said the audio is super important, and she just screeches like this. Like, I'm gonna say the F word.
So somebody shared their opinion basically and decided to lean more like towards the conservative side, like being like more with that. And
no. She's literally, because you know how I've been like trolling people being like, repent, like, you know, this is she's doing that, but not ironically.
Okay, gotcha.
But anyways, we need to get off this anyways, because we're not supposed to be talking about this shit here.
Well, it was kind of unavoidable whenever we leaned into the whole kind of, you know, having making fun of it with the entire lead up to, you know, the show this time around. We're like, let's just lean into it, just like make dumb jokes tied to it and stuff. It was, you know, I think it's worth bringing up, like, why are they doing this?
I'm personally of the opinion where, like, if you want to be like, you know, I actually think this is this material is not conservative enough for me. Meaning, like, I don't know, maybe you just don't like killing people or things, right? And you just want to lean a little. Yeah. You can always be more conservative, is what I'm saying. Like,
in your consumption, you can,
yeah. And I'm okay with people having that opinion. That's fine. Sure, whatever. But like, if you want to start judging people and like forcing stuff down their throat, I mean, expect people to talk about it.
Well, yeah, that's essentially what's happening. And then there's gaslighting saying like, that's not what she's saying, but it's like obviously what she's saying. But either way, guys, hey, I'm going to put this link in the chat so you guys can know to not go to this, get away from this Gooner material. Actually, I'm going to put it in the description because I think the link is too long. But, you know, just so you guys are well aware that this Gooner material is out there to make sure to tell people not to back this comic so they can be not one of the Gooners. So Bill. Anyway, sorry. I updated in the description. You'll probably have to refresh the page. But yeah, guys, make sure to not click that link and make sure you can tell people about this comic so they can stay away from gooning on this comic. Hashtag Coleman Gate. Sure. All right. Yeah, you guys want to talk about the newsletter a little bit? Because we didn't get to talk about last show. We just talked.
I could even pull up the comic if we want to show it.
Well, it's not this week's. Do last week's stuff, right?
Also is the store up and running, guys? Just
the store's up and running.
Live. Yeah, that's what
in the description. Yeah, if you guys want to get an Iron Seas merch, You can get this. This glass came really quick. It's a cool glass. Look, we literally put everything on this fucking shop. Again, it's in the description of this video. We put it as cheap as possible.
Literally,
so if you see anyone else use Teespring and you see that it's more expensive than us, you know that you can get we did the cheapest.
You guys can get a jersey with my beautiful profile face on it and be cool like my dad.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't be wearing this.
Quality assurance purposes. Yes,
it's nice. It's nice and comfortable, but we did have to adjust it because the thing was a little bit too high, so we lowered it so it looks aesthetically good. But it's really comfortable.
Yeah, and the point I made, like, if you just go and look around, AC put together a ton of designs. It's just fun to flip through them. There's so many options, and
there's so many
camouflage made out of our faces and all kinds of silly stuff.
Yeah,
so
the pocket for the sweatshirt is my face. It's a great look.
Even if you're not in the market, it's just fun to flip through and just look at all the crazy stuff you came up with. Perfect.
Thank you for zooming in so far.
Yeah, and again, guys, subscribe to the Substack. That puts you on the email list so you can get these short stories, these flash fiction that we're doing, the flash comics that AC is making every week. Along with some
I
other
wrote
stuff.
this flash fiction, but then AC was the one who did the comic, and it's so great, dude. I love all his little.
And you're keeping up with the news, keeping up with what projects are out there. Like I said, we mentioned Herman just had released his new book. He'll be a guest on the show again soon. I think bring it back up. And the first week of February, I believe he's going to be our guest on the show talking about that book. Check it out. It's again, if you're going to do anything on Substack, do this. And also, you don't have to do anything with Substack if you subscribe to this, but you'll get our emails, which obviously are worth it because we're putting in all this time and effort, and we're getting results. like a weekly flash comic. Well, let's go up to the top panel. We have to kind of describe what's going on, Kahuna. Because this was a flash fiction done by Kahuna. Go to the top. What are you doing zooming in farther?
Zooming on his abs.
What is going on?
Look at his abs. This guy. He doesn't snap.
I need a little alarm. Gooning.
In the story, it's supposed to be Zeus when he's a little bit younger, but I like old, frantic, Jim Carrey Zeus that we have here. And basically, Rensu is there spending time with his son, who you don't know is Zeus until the end of the story. And they basically Zeus challenges him. He's like, "Hey, let's see who can hit the center of the landmass with a lightning bolt." And then Rensu rips out the power out of himself, and he's like, "Mine's bigger." And that's what this little comic is about. It ends in cataclysm and the splitting of the creation of separate continents. And killing of billions of people. It's a great time. It's a great time.
Yeah, what people, if you don't, who Rensu is?
Whoa!
He's amalgamation of all.
Start over. You
universal traveler, and there's a lot of mystery behind him. Oh god damn it! It's my internet fucking. This is the fucking winter, man. There's a lot of power behind Rensu. If you don't know who he is, he's very mysterious, and he has all these interesting tattoos, items, a beret. What does that do? Well, in our stories, we're going to slowly reveal some of that, and we're going to get probably some of the best banging stories, short fiction that you'll get ever. So I think this week, I wrote this week's that just released today. Kahuna wrote last week. And again, join our Discord, and also we're probably going to do things too, where we're going to have a competition or a poll or something like that where, people in our Discord or something like that might get, if you want to write one of the stories. We have a commandment of Rensu, a
Bible
guide.
Of sorts.
Yeah, a Bible. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Bible for Rensu. It's just it's not much, but it's if you follow these guidelines, you can write a flash fiction. He can appear in any world, something where try to write only around 500 words or something like that. Some of it only takes people usually 20 minutes.
Well,
the story
we do want them to be kind of fun. That's kind of what we want these stories to be.
Entertain, amuse, and hopefully make you laugh a little bit. There's some silly jokes in these and silly premises and ridiculous, and then you get the added art and really brings it to life. But they're silly. We have some funny ideas in mind. And we're talking about maybe even down the road, depending on who we're working with. Maybe Rensu, maybe he shows up in your books
Yeah, down the line, that's something we've talked about as well.
Maybe interacts with your character. So it's like kind of a sideways promo kind of thing, but it's a fun, different way to have promo for that sort of stuff too. So
yeah, I mean, it's something we're having a lot of fun with, and
yeah,
trying to get people.
And some
what's up?
infighting in terms of like the lore, like no, we can't have this.
What?
Now.
No, there's no fighting. We never fight behind the scenes ever on anything.
That's
definitely not one of us specifically.
None of us is stuck up and has a particular way to do things.
Yeah, we're all really loosey goosey. We
we
don't care about order and doing things in a specific way.
Yes.
None of us. Except one of us.
Later. Catch you on the Discord, Eric.
Good. Yeah, nice to see you there, brother. Thanks for coming over. Eric Wag. Rensu looks so good.
I keep looking at his chest.
Dude, stop the gooning.
Why? We can see his nipples clearly.
That wasn't actually in the original photo. AC edited.
Wait, did you add that?
No, you didn't.
AC, did you add the nipples?
I thought he did. I don't know.
No, I didn't.
Oh man.
I didn't know if we could even use this image when I generated it, but I'm like, as soon as I'm like, oh man, he made it look good, dude. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Also, he's wearing
it's crazy.
jeans.
I mean, obviously we're using AI, big secret here, but it's like none of us can draw. And we're not charging anything. So
Yeah. Oh, Batman and Rhinestone would be good. It'd be good.
I want Rensu to be the reason Batman fails on a mission. That's what I want.
No, listen, guys. I mean, a lot of the show lore goes into there, as you could see. Like,
Good night, animation.
I put some. Yeah. People are checking. It's getting late, but yeah. No, I mean, I put some like AC like isms in the first Flash fiction. So there's gonna be more things to come that are from the show into this comic. So make it a real good experience.
We've quoted Justin at least once in one of the stories already. Like directly, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Wait, why can't
there's something very directly that's going to come from the show, probably from our most infamous episode. That's going to be a reoccurring thing, or not something that happens every. Obviously, we can't do something the same for everything, but it's going to be a character or something that pops up every other time. So sorry, the fucking thing distracted me. Oh yeah, this is our first Flash fiction, where it's just Rensu just looking off at this world that he entered, and it's just so happens to be the Titanic going down, and kind of a downer.
Kind of a downer, yep.
As Justin would put it, kind of a downer.
Also, the last line there, I did have AC go back and add that. Oh well, my heart will go on. Anyway, that's my contribution.
But guys, I think at this point we'll cut it here. We advertised the show well enough. AC, what you got going on? I think you got a comic, dude. You didn't talk about comic today. What the fuck, dude? Is that in the description?
If it's not, it's really easy to remember. ASOS. This is my SOS to you to back my comic at fundmycomic.com/ASOS.
You have your link tree, right? So if somebody's interested in AC's comic, and obviously like behind him is an image from his comic, back that. It's going to be an awesome project. We all know what the story is of it. It's just going to be illustrated in comic form. It's over 70 pages. The art looks sick. The story's sick. There's no reason not to back it. So go ahead, go to the description of the video, click his link tree, and the comic's going to be there. A Saga of Sunsets, and back it. The sooner we get it funded, or as soon as he gets it funded, the sooner it's going to get out. The artist is very quick. He's very professional. He's very on time. So
yeah, no, I've been seeing all of the stuff behind the scenes, and it looks so good, guys. You wouldn't believe it.
I'm currently expecting a finished final cover, which is cover A, the main cover, any day now from Luke Stone. I'm really excited for that one because I had something in mind, but instead of like giving him my hyper specific descriptions again, I was just like, for this one, Luke, I was like, this is the main cover. Have fun. And I just like took everything. Took a step back, and I'm just like, make a main cover and make it awesome. Let's go. So I'm really excited for it. And that's any day now. We're over halfway to 50 backers. Once we get to 50, those first 50 get a special poster that no other backers will get. And as always, nothing in the campaign will be reprinted. So
there's a lot of dinging going on. What is happening right now?
yeah, it's my
I
wife.
thought that was your soundboard.
I thought that was you too, Joe. I thought you were just messing with us.
No,
My revenge. My revenge for the smoke detector.
The latest comic is in the chat right now, so go ahead and back that if you haven't already. Kahuna, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. I've just been coming up with a couple designs for potential things to put in our shop. I was thinking a sports bra with my face like on each side, just figure that'd be a big seller, and then that's something I've been working on.
Yeah, heavily music. What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Just working on music still. You can find everything else I've made on all streaming music places. Just type in Evely. You can find music I've done there, as well as one track I did. If you type in Chill Kid, I did a song with him too, and you can check that out there. But more stuff on the way. There's some, like I said at the beginning of the show, there's some things that are done. I'm not sure when they're coming out because they're projects for other people. And then I got my own stuff in the works, hoping for like late spring, maybe. We'll see. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, hey guys, for me, might as well subscribe to my Battsauce channel if you're subscribed here. Also, it's the most powerful, most subscribed to channel of the Iron Sea. So, what's up?
Mentioning that, you guys should unsubscribe from Joe and subscribe to the Ultimate Kahuna.
Besides, of course, I have nothing but a 5-star book. Tale of the Dunce Whisper. It's in the description below. Go ahead and get that if you haven't. It's $1 digital. $1. And besides that, I'm working on my sequel to Dawn Edge. And
you are writing a sequel for that? I didn't know.
Yeah, I've been writing
just by yourself. You're not just writing it all alone.
With my wife.
My wife.
Which she never shows up to the show. We don't know who she is. Nobody knows who she is. But all right, guys.
She's the proprietor of Gooner. Apocalypse.
I forgot to. Guys, this has been another episode of the Iron Seas. We talked about GOONERGATE. We proved that the Hobbit is total Gooner stuff, and Ron Coleman is an evil Gooner comic creator. Have a good one, guys.